In the name of Allah, the most compassionate, the most merciful. People who are considered as great success in their respective fields are going to be debated upon, talked about. We want to know that how did they achieve all that, particularly, specifically for those people who are ambitious but they don't have the resources to get a head start. This talk is especially for this type of people. High ambitions but no resources. What is the connection of no resources with the high achievement? People who are greatly successful, maybe there are some people who are of the view that since they were having all the facilities, not only the great talent, rather all the facilities to begin with, huge resources which made them such a successful person. If we do read the biographies of the great people, or even the people who are not very well known in the world, in the country, but they are in front of you and me, we are of the view that these people are very successful people. They have achieved so much. If we start examining, if we try to know how did they spend their childhood, how did they spend their early ages, maybe there are enough number of people, there are many people rather, who were not so well off at all. The resources they were having were really very very few. It will not be a sort of exaggeration at all if I do say that a reasonably good number of very successful people today, a reasonably good number out of the people who are very successful today, they started from scratch. They were not outstanding, their families were not outstanding and well off financially. They were not having very good contacts. Their families were not even very, very intelligent, comprising the very intelligent people. No, not like that. Instead, they people were really ambitious. They wanted to achieve. They wanted to move forward. They wanted to work. Above all, apart from the achievement, to the surprise of many people, to the surprise of many people, people who have achieved a lot, they were not after much of the achievement. Is it surprising? On the one hand, they were not very resourceful. On the other hand, they were not after much of the achievement. Why did they achieve all that then? Despite all that, dear friends and fellows, they wanted to work in that particular department, in that field. They wanted to work because they loved working in that. It's not like they were working under any sort of compulsion. The compulsions were there as well, but they loved to do a specific type of work. They loved to do a specific type of work, and they wanted to earn their living out of that. They were of the view that this is what I like to do or love to do, and I shall inshallah be able to do it as well. I shall be able to do it inshallah as well. Now I need to earn my living out of it. This is how they started something else. They initiated their work, they took an initiative in that particular work with almost no resources. With almost either no resources or negligible amount of resources. They started from scratch, but they were hard workers. They worked hard, and they worked hard very consistently, not for a short span of time. There is no dearth of the people here in this world, particularly in our society. There is no shortage, rather, I shall say there are enough number of people who are not the mountain climbers, they are the green grocers. They remain always in search of the greener grass, like the animal. If they are here to graze, they reach somewhere, they choose a specific field to work in. Then somebody tells them, or they themselves conceive that the grass is very greener, not here but there. They start they start thinking about working in another field, which is apparently more profitable, more lucrative. Dear friends and fellows in Pakistan, here what we need to work upon. We need to take something and we need to work consistently. It is like I want to travel to Lahore, but once I have made a small amount of travel, then I start thinking that why not to be somewhere in the Peshawar. I shall return from there with a wastage of time, energy, fuel, etc. Shall start my travel toward the Peshawar city. After traveling for an hour or so, I redesign and reprogram, and I shall start. I want to be in the Pindi, Rawalpindi, Islamabad, Marri. This way, this is something which is called the green grocers, not the mountain climbers. People are found wasting their time, their energy in this way. Their their meager resources. We shouldn't be adopting an approach like this one at all. She'll spend a little bit of the time for selecting something else. Although it is not absolutely prohibited to change the field, it is not absolutely prohibited. It's not like this one at all. Not like this one at all. You can change, and people do change. Some of the time, people don't succeed at one place. They do change their profession, their line, and then they become quite a success. So it is not something which is something very much wrong. Not like this one at all. But usually, patience, consistency, it helps us a lot. Our patience, our consistency helps us a lot really. So I shall suggest certain things. First of all, think a little while, then select a profession, a line to work in. Take the initiative, keep working with enough amount of patience, hard work. Hard work, patience, and innovativeness. Innovation is also very necessary. Innovation is also very necessary. Hard work is equally necessary, even more necessary. Patience. Without patience, we can't continue the work for a longer period of time, especially when the results are not that good initially. So, this is the formula of success, starting from a scratch and reaching the top. As I earlier said, they weren't planning from the very beginning to reach the top, but they wanted to work here because they liked working here, and their aim was just to earn a living. Initially, their aim was just to earn a living and to keep working in this particular field. Then, this was the first phase. In the second phase, they worked and worked and worked. They became very patient, very consistent. And a time arrived when they too were being considered something really important. Initially, they were considered a player in that respective field. Later on, they started making their name. They became one of the famous people and they started making big achievements. Today, the people know them, the world know them. They are a big name. And me and you and everybody can do that actually. Thank you, Jazakallah.